Welcome everyone. Today I'm here to introduce you Probyto AIMS. So what is Probyto AIMS? Probyto AIMS is a AI management system which will help the teams to scale their AI efforts by managing all their AI assets, people and process at single place. So what is the core problem that AIMS is targeted to solve? So as we see, your company and a lot of other companies are moving into a maturity stage where AI has become one of their core functions within the company. So they are now targeting to solve a lot more use cases. They're increasing a lot of headcounts in the company. A lot of tools and infrastructure is expanding, and with that, a lot of business risks are also being coming up because there are so many assets and moving parts for any AI use case which is solved and maintained within the company. And this is somehow, pushing towards some AI silos where engineering teams are working on their own domain with their own tools. Data science teams are working on their own data models and outcomes. So all this need to come together to make sure that no AI silos are built and the problem is taken care of before it happens and create more business problems in future. So essentially, how to avoid these silos and what we can learn from other functions when they started scaling up. So if you see back 10, 15 years where the sales function started scaling up for multinational companies, when they started selling for clients across the border with so many types of SKUs with them, how they managed it. They managed it with a sales management system, and one of the star in there is Salesforce. Same examples can be seen in marketing as well. So when the marketing previous days was mostly advertisements giving to newspapers, but now it has changed into 15 types of social media channels, audio channels, video channels, blogs, and how we really manage with them. You go for a marketing and sales management system, which is the star of that is HubSpot. Same as happened with software engineering, where software became complex, multi-cloud, and you went for consolidation. So are we looking at something that we will require for AI as well? Because AI is no longer a different kind of a function or just a function which is for research and development purpose, but there's now it's a core function which has to connect to business and deliver value. So, Probyto AIMS unifies AI assets, people, process, and tools in single system so that the business can plan better and calibrate and grow. Now let's get what if you don't have a management system? You might say we are already managing it well with our internal trackers based on Excel sheets or our daily morning meetings or Friday Scrum meetings, management reporting. But essentially, if you see that model will at some point will saturate and you will have to look for a solution which will do this thing at scale when you are having your workforce, internal vendors, offshore, onshore, and remote working, work from home, so many tools, multi-cloud. So essentially, if you're not having a system, you're looking at a 15 up to 15% higher cost of AI ownership, 15 to 20% loss of productive time because the data scientists are not there to update trackers and attend all these meetings that we have, but they are mostly need to focus on their work. And once their work is complete, they can come to this portal and address the status and governance risk, which is a very important thing which will come up when you will have hundreds of assets floating around, dashboards, data pipelines, databases. You need to have this metadata in one place to make sure there is no risk coming out of not being able to manage them. And this is the right time to adopt it. So why don't you want to be the first early adopter of this specific tool, which will really help you scale faster in a more risk measured manner? And you will see a lot of companies are already either into the maturity phase or getting onto maturity phase. So it may complete sense for you to really adopt AI management system in early days and make sure that your team understands that the whole AI function has to work as a single unit to really make best value out of your business. So what the AI AMS system main four key pillars are, so they are based on consolidation. So all your AI assets, be it dashboards built in Tableau, ClickView locally, who build it, why it built, who is accountable for that, and if something happens, how to reach out to fix it. The second is centralization. So all these things has to come to a single window view for better discoverability, for making sure that the organization knows what assets they have created over a period of time and they can centralize the access to different tools and access to these assets. which really helps, because this becomes a big knowledge base to make sure that you're always building on top of what you have already built. Communication becomes very important, where as simple as why this specific VM is running, for what purpose, why we are taking so much time in building this dashboard. So this will make sure that we figure out the problems before they happen and create problems with timelines. And with all these things, over a period of time, the system can learn and apply multiple methods to help you calibrate in terms of cost and time, and make sure that your KPIs are hit and taken. So now let's see, how the whole AIMS system is designed. So this have core two parts. One is a management system, which is a pure productivity tool, which brings your things together and make sure your team work as a single team, be the members be remote or internal. So this have different modules. Idea pad, where people can come together and put ideas, what the next things they want to solve. Then you have use cases. So use cases are the ones which the team has opted to build using the resources available to the team. The data management part, which is divided into the EL, the data connectors that the team is using, what the data warehouse we have, and the data sets which are used by different dashboard building tools, the ML models, and the ML ops module, which helps you really track which APIs and what you have built and pushed where. And all this is managed through approval flow, cost management, asset allocation, and smart notification as a common utilities across all these things. And all this is backed by a very strong, secure, scalable, and enterprise ready backbone of admin features, which is policy based access control for hybrid teams. There is a centralized identity control for all your tools. So for instance, you can decide who should be able to access your Jupyter hub or your Tableau server if you integrate it using the OAuth system provided by the system. You have 2FA cybersecurity shield in there just to make sure who is accessing from where and whether this access should be allowed. And because it's a multi-tenant system and all your data remains within your servers, if you opt for your own deployments, it's completely safe and you don't need to be worrying about data privacy and data leakage issues within the team. Now, additionally, there is an important feature of our platform as well, that we provide you self-hosted version of popular open source tools. So you can create a hybrid um, stack of tools. Some of the tools could be a proprietary, some of this could be open source, but this makes sure that all the tools at different stages of your AI development are available at a single place, and your team is never, worrying about, okay, how I'm gonna really write the EL queries, or where my data catalog would be, or can we have a safe way of running the Airflow job. So all of this we can provide. So we have 18 plus tools embedded and created with the Docker images, so we can deploy them either on your cloud, or you can ask us to deploy on our cloud. So essentially what happens, with adopting this AIMS, you can reduce the cost of AI resources by optimization. Speed, reusability speed will go on, your management reporting will become very easy, and all the data will become centralized. Your risk will be reduced off, because all the lineages are clear: who built it, when it was built, why it was approved, what was the whole thing around a use case. And overall high rates of return will come from AI, because you're optimizing things on the cost side. So obviously your returns will go high. um, in terms of pricing plan, so the management tool is a pure SaaS uh, offering, which comes with $10 per user per month. While if you want our custom images of open source tools, or you want us to build a specific connector, or you want this tool to manage some of your internals, that we can come together and come for a custom contracts and customize for you in enterprise plan. So yeah, there is a demo portal up there to see all the features of the platform. You can go there, and if you want to talk to us, you can drop an email to sales@probyto.com, where we can talk and see how this tool can help you uh, make sure that you scale faster and safer way in AI. And yeah, being the first mover, we'll make sure that a lot of the features and roadmaps are actually influenced by how it can be helpful to you. And for any questions, any queries, feel free to drop a note on the website or visit our social media channels. Follow them. Thank you.